Hello, 5th grade. In this video, I'll be talking through the questions for Book 4, Chapter 1 of King Arthur, chapter called Lancelot and Guinevere. Kind of the sad ending to our book, which we'll start by looking at one of the last adventures that Lancelot goes on. But the first question we have is, what changes take place in Logres after the quest of the Holy Grail? And this is something that King Arthur predicted would happen. There's not as many knights. Many of them went out to look for the Grail and were not able to find it or died on the way. And no longer are the sieges around the round table being filled with names of future knights, but instead they are just empty. So it's not completely in darkness yet, and only King Arthur and a few other remember the prophecies from before that the end of Logres is coming near. Because there's less knights. Which goes right into question 2. How does Arthur know the passing of Logres is very near? It's actually Lancelot healing a knight. If you remember, the first time we met Lancelot was when he came into the castle, and there was a wounded knight that no one could heal, and Lancelot was able to heal him. And remember, Kay and some other knights were angry that he got knighted for doing something that wasn't a big adventure. But Merlin said that that was also one of the last things that Lancelot would do before the end of Logres. So Lancelot remembers immediately and breaks down crying after he heals this knight, because he remembers that this means that the end is near for Logres, and then Arthur remembers as well. Question 3, what trickery does Meleagronce attempt against Lancelot? After Meleagronce had taken Guinevere, Lancelot followed him, and Meleagronce basically surrendered and agreed to fight Lancelot on one-on-one combat a week later, but he tricked Lancelot into staying in his castle and falling through a trap door so that Lancelot supposedly wouldn't show up to their fight. He would be dishonored, and Meleagronce would get to live. Of course, though Lancelot's able to get free, the damsel let him go, and he goes and defeats Meleagronce. And then the last question, what plan do Guinevere and Lancelot make in the Queen's garden? So earlier in this chapter, Guinevere had kind of exploded and was mad at Lancelot for ignoring her, but now she feels bad and she misses him. So essentially they profess their love for each other, and she invites him to come visit her in secret that night in her chambers. And Lancelot agrees, and they kiss. And unfortunately, all of this has been heard by the evil knight Sir Mordred, who we're going to pay more attention to. We've heard his name a couple times, but he becomes kind of the chief villain for the rest of our book. So Guinevere and Lancelot's plan is to meet in her chambers, and Mordred heard that. So tomorrow, read Chapter 2, The Plots of Sir Mordred, and we'll answer the questions for that on Thursday. Thank you.